Yes, I did just think of that flawless visual transition. Welcome back to Pastabilties, episode 4. Wow. Already done 4? Yeah, I think 4. Time is an illusion, a blur. And because I'm really bad at time management, I thought I would prepare a little bit ahead of time. So actually the water is already boiling for the pasta, so let me put that in and then I'll explain to you what we're going to be making today. So the pasta I'm using is just a classic, some spaghetti, you know. Any long-haired pasta would do for this recipe. Okay, now that we got that in, and I put about half the bag in, just because I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. So, trying to make the portion size appropriate. So the recipe we're making this week is pasta alla Norma, which is a Sicilian pasta that actually I don't think I've ever eaten or made. So that's really exciting. I talked to my mom about it and she wasn't super familiar either. I mean, she's familiar with the ingredients in it, but not this particular pasta. So we can all try it together, which will be really fun. So pasta alla Norma, like I said, is from Sicily and includes a lot of ingredients that I'm familiar with. So like I said, I just put the spaghetti in the water, so that's boiling. The other ingredients that we have for today include some petite diced tomatoes, my preference for any sort of chunky tomato sauce. I also have some garlic chopped up here, about 3 cloves. And then I also have this mix of spices, which include oregano, basil, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and red chili flakes. I put extra oregano and basil because there wasn't any fresh basil available or oregano, so I just added more to the dried mix, but I would absolutely encourage you to get fresh to put at the end if you want really good taste. And then the kind of interesting part of this pasta is roasted eggplant. So right now that's actually in the stove. It's got about 7 minutes left, and I will insert a picture up here somewhere to show you. Basically, I just cubed up the eggplant. I put it in a big mixing bowl with some olive oil and salt and pepper, and then just mix that all up, put it on a sheet pan. The oven is at 450 and it's been cooking for about 25 minutes. So that's what we're gonna kind of throw all together. So it's gonna be a little spicy, a little tomatoey, and have some roasted eggplant. I think you could also just saute the eggplant or maybe even like fry it a little bit if you wanted with like a panko breadcrumb. That could be good, I think. But I just decided to stick with the mostly traditional recipe and do that. So the pasta's boiling. Oh my gosh, forgot to salt the pasta water. Oh no. That's okay, we can do it now. Just a little dash. Okay, I think I'm gonna wait for the eggplant to come out. The first thing I'm gonna cook up is the garlic, but that doesn't take very long, and like I said, I'm trying to work on time management, so I want to make sure everything comes together at the same time, so I'm just gonna wait on that. Yeah, I did a little bit of a glam makeup look. Got some little hearts right here, just because it felt like it, and I really miss going out dancing like a lot, and I figured being on camera was a good excuse to dress up a little bit. So yeah, I don't know, I will say yesterday was incredibly nice out. It almost felt like proto-spring, like pre-spring, and I walked with my friend Rahel, shout out, for like 5 miles up to Macasca, and it was just so amazing. I really was taking for granted how much outside nice weather affects my spirit. And last week was really stressful for me. I meant to get this video up earlier, and I even attempted to make a recipe earlier this week, a completely different recipe, but it was honestly too chaotic to even show the public. I can't even show you the bloopers. I deleted the video, which normally I am pretty laid back. I'm like, you know what? It's fine, I'll post it. But this was, oof, it was rough. It was very rough, including chopping the onions, which maybe I'll insert a clip for you there. Just all around, not great. But I will plan on making the recipe in the future. I won't spoil what it is, but I will make it at some point. But I just decided to stick with something a little bit easier logistically for tonight. Okay. All right, turn that heat down a little bit for the pasta. Actually, you know, I think I am gonna start the garlic. So I'm just gonna put this up to medium heat. So I've just got this pan, just with a little bit of olive oil. So I'm gonna put the garlic that I chopped up in there. And we're just gonna cook it a little bit. We don't wanna burn it, because that's pretty easy to do with garlic if you're not paying attention. So yeah, like I said, this last week was very stressful. My boss from out of town was in, so it's just a little bit of added pressure, and we're just feeling very stressed and anxious and just consuming Pushing Daisies, which is a delightfully uplifting show to try to appease my anxious mood. I'm gonna try this spaghetti. Cooked a lot quicker than I thought it would, actually. This is my trick. I just grab it while it's too hot to grab, and then I just throw it between my hands until it seems like it's not gonna completely eviscerate my fucking mouth when I eat it. No. Too crunchy. Not quite ready yet. I also forgot to add that, let me just grab it from the fridge. I will also be adding, where is it? Some grated pecorino romano cheese. I believe the recipe calls for ricotta salate, I want to say is what it's called, which is a special kind of ricotta that's a little bit saltier, but you can really only get it at specialty Italian delis, and I didn't want to have to go all the way to one, so I'm just going to use regular grated pecorino romano, which I think should be fine. And I will post the recipe that I used below for you, since I never really tell you any detailed measurements or processes, and yet people are still watching, so good on you for just watching this chaos show that probably doesn't even really teach you how to cook, just maybe gives you some inspiration to look up like a real recipe for later, which I'll take. I mean, I'll take that. Honestly, it's less pressure on me, so that's fine. All right. Ugh, that smell, that smelly smell, that smells like garlic. So good. Ooh, we got 30 seconds left on the eggplant. Okay, I should think ahead and make room to put that down so I'm not scrambling, because part of the reason that previous pasta video was so chaotic is that I screwed it up enough cooking wise that I was honestly afraid I might have given myself salmonella. So, and I don't want to do that here in front of you all. I don't want to give myself food poisoning ideally. Been there, done that. Too many times. So really trying to not do that as much. Oh my god, it's ready! Okay. Let's get our roasted eggplant out. Ooh. Oh my god, that's hot. I mean, obviously. Just a wave of heat. Okay, let me see. Can you see that? Ooh! I just spilled some olive oil on my floor. I'll clean that up. But that's the roasted eggplant. So we're gonna put that over here. And the recipe specifically said not to drain it on paper towels, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put it directly into the sauce. Okay, let's clean up this olive oil so this doesn't turn into like a Looney Tunes cartoon where I like slip and fall and I don't have my life alert and you all just witness like a murder, well, a self-murder, an accidental murder on camera. Okay, we're safe. Don't try to take a me, Osha. It is impeccable up in here. Impeccable. Okay, that garlic is, yeah, getting a little toasty, so I'm going to add the petite diced tomatoes. Sizzle, sizzle. And if you want, you could just use regular tomato sauce. It would probably limit your cooking time a little bit. I just like a chunkier sauce. So I like the petite diced tomatoes. That's my preference. But you do whatever you want. There are no rules here. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'm gonna add this seasoning mix, as I said before. So yeah, basil, oregano, garlic powder, salt, pepper, red chili flakes, which I might add more of any one ingredient or do a taste test later, but I'm just gonna throw that in now. Mix it up. Because yeah, like I said, I mean, preferably you would have fresh basil and thyme at the end, but for some reason Target never has fresh basil. Trader Joe's didn't even have fresh basil. Like, where is there a shortage? Like, I don't want to go to 3 grocery stores just to find it. So I'm just improvising with the dried basil. Y'all, I can't today. I can't go to 3 different grocery stores like I did to find the broccoli rabe. We're not there emotionally right now. Okay, so we're gonna let the tomatoes cook down a little bit. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Speaking of improvising, what am I doing? I'm gonna add a little bit of extra just plain tomato sauce to this because the consistency is a little too chunky, so I'm just gonna throw a little bit in there just to make it a little bit more soupy. We're going off script, y'all. We're never on script. We were never on script this whole time. This is literally improv, which kind of my worst nightmare, but that's basically what we're working with. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like how that looks. Nice. Creativity for the win. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna keep that up. Okay, let's try the spaghetti again and see how we're doing with that. I just want one noodle. Just one noodle, sir, please. Please, just one noodle. What is that voice? Okay. One noodle. No, I dropped it. Wow. What is wrong with me? Okay, now we have the noodle. The noodle has been acquired. Okay, let's see. Jesus. Come on now. I'm on camera here. Can you like work with me, please? Ooh. Yeah, I think the pasta's good. Okay, I'm turning the pasta water off. Now we're gonna add, that tastes good. Now we're gonna add our roasted eggplant in, because obviously it's already roasted, but this will just incorporate it into the sauce. So I'm just scooping it up from it. I haven't dried it off or anything, because like I said, the recipe specifically said not to take all the oils and stuff out, so I'm trusting them. I think this would also be really good with like zucchini or mushrooms as well, if I were to adapt it to my own liking. I mean, I do love eggplant. I think eggplant is undervalued as a vegetable. Okay. So yeah, I probably added like a cup, I would say, of chopped eggplant. There's still some extra on the sheet pan, but I'm just gonna add that for now. So now we're gonna let this all mix up. Give it another few minutes. So then we're going to drain the pasta. All right, minute time. Okay, move that over here. This kitchen is really small. Also, I apologize for this shitty camera work. I do want to get a phone stand, but like y'all are just against like a little succulent on my windowsill right now. I don't have a kitchen island or something that makes it easy for me to show what I'm cooking, but like I am working on it, I promise. I'm trying to think what the best setup would be. But also I'm doing this for fun, so I'm not trying to drop a ton of money, but I do want to make this a more exciting experience for both you and I. You know, we're not cavemen. SpongeBob, we have technology, and I will try to learn that technology for you, the viewers. Okay, let's colander. Okay, wait. How is that? I'm sorry, my colander appears to be missing right now, but like I literally just saw it. Okay, well, guess we're just gonna have to find that later. Thank you, kitchen ghosts. That's very great timing on your behalf. It's almost as if I should have multiple colanders so this doesn't happen. So my woeful kitchen spirits don't take random objects away, I guess. Okay. Now, I'm going to turn the saucepan off and we're going to add the spaghetti. Woo! Every time I see a big pot of this, I think of, did you guys ever read Stregonona as kids? Maybe just because I'm Italian, my mom gave me those books. But it's like this old woman who's a witch, and she has this like never-ending pot of pasta, which is like fucking goals, right? And yeah, I don't know, I always just feel like a pasta witch when I have like a big bowl of pasta. So, and I love that for me. I mean, obviously, I'm all about the witchy vibes, so yeah. Check it out if you haven't. It's very cute. Very cute little series. Okay, now we're gonna bring it around town. You know, I didn't realize until I watched these back that apparently SpongeBob references are like 60% of my brain, which I blame on the fact of watching a lot of SpongeBob as a kid and then also babysitting a kid in high school for a few years who was obsessed with SpongeBob. And I'm not really mad about it. I mean, I think it's comedic genius of a show. But if any of you at home are doing a drinking game with the show, which of course I encourage you to do if you'd like, that should definitely be something, because I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon. I think there's gonna be at least one SpongeBob reference per video, so you're welcome in advance. Okay. We got that pretty well incorporated. Okay, so let me show you what we're working with. Actually, let me taste test for a sec. Good. I'm trying to think what it might need. Maybe a little dried basil? I am really bummed about not finding the... Okay, let's calm down. I'm really bummed about not finding the fresh basil, because obviously fresh basil is just... I know it's always like, oh, the fresh stuff is like, oh, so much better, which is, you know, sometimes like not true, but for basil, I think it definitely is. Can't really compete with the fresh stuff for basil, I would say, for sure. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plate it and then hold it up to you. I mean, that's, I'm trying here. Okay, plate time. Also, it's still very oily on this floor from where I spilled the olive oil, so, whew. You still might get to see that death on camera. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. Okay, so, oh Jesus. I was trying to do that fancy, like, what? You know, that like actual chefs do, but it just did not happen because it's me. Okay. I mean, it's still good. Okay. La 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 la. Ah, la la la. Okay, let's put some of these eggplant chunkies in there because I want to show that off. Okay, okay, this is coming together. I mean, I've watched Ratatouille like 5 or 6 times. I know how to plate food. Okay. Wow. Don't slide it off the plate, Maria. Okay, final touch. The formaggio, the cheese. And I'm just moving. I mean, I'm putting my hands in it. I live alone, okay? I'm the one eating the cheese. It's pretty satisfying. Okay, so that's what we got. Pasta alla Norma. Vegetarian, very easily vegan if you don't add the cheese. And let's give her the full taste test. Mukbang it for you guys here. Okay, I'm gonna get a bite of the eggplant, swirl this, make sure to get some cheese. Delicious. All right, thank you so much for watching. Wow. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Pastabilties, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Love you, bye.